Yo, what is going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good day, but today is the launch of this channel, RedZone Rants. If you guys are coming from my main channel, I really appreciate that. Now, this channel will be a fantasy football-based channel with my bro, Zach. We both love fantasy football, and we both have a lot of knowledge for it. So, we really wanted to start this channel, so you guys should be expecting a lot of lists, fantasy football rankings, hot takes, stuff like that on this channel. So yeah, we're all just ready to have a fun time here, But this first video idea is a very juicy one. 6 players you should not draft this year in fantasy football. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video.
What's up, y'all? My name is Zach. I'm super excited to be running this channel with Luke. Super excited to give y'all some tips, give y'all some information, and hopefully let's go out there and win our fantasy season. So let's get straight into the video. To start off, we're going to be talking about the Chargers receivers, but most importantly, Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is expected to have a big drop in production this season, especially because Phillip Rivers signed with the Indianapolis Colts. Tyrod Taylor will be their starting quarterback this season, who's been in the league for quite a long time. You might not know, he actually has a Super Bowl ring with the Ravens back in 2012. Most importantly, he's going to be playing starting quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is not a very proven quarterback. Whenever he started, he's been either benched by mid-season or just not started at all the entire season. I wouldn't take a chance on any of the Charger receivers, especially Keenan being their number one option. Not very smart, not a good choice.
Now, the second player that you should definitely not draft this year in fantasy football goes by the name of Jeffery. Now, we saw what happened with the Eagles receivers last year. It was a literal train wreck, and that's an understatement. Alshon is 30 years old. He had a super inconsistent year last year. He got injured a million times. That whole wide receiver group is a disaster. If you draft Jeffery, he will be one of the most unreliable players that you can ever have. And also on top of that, the Eagles have the 21st pick in the draft. I could definitely see them taking a Justin Jefferson, maybe one of the big 3 receivers if they're still on the board, Jerry Jeudy, CD, and Henry Ruggs. But the Eagles are definitely going to address this issue. And I know Jeffery is ranked pretty high on some boards, but please do me a favor, do not draft him this year in fantasy football. It just won't be a good decision. There's so much depth this year, it's just not worth taking an inconsistent, unreliable, injury-prone player.
Okay, so next up, I'm going to be talking about LeVeon. LeVeon Bell, the New York Jets running back, finished 24th out of all running backs in rush yards per game and 23rd in rushing yards overall across the entire season. The Jets didn't make any huge upgrades at line besides signing George Fant at $10 million a year. Overpaid. I wouldn't expect a lot from LeVeon this year. I wouldn't expect much from the entire Jets this year, to be honest. Sorry, Jets fans, just speaking the truth. Personally, I would not draft him early in the slightest. Maybe late round 2, maybe round 3. If he falls down there, somebody will scoop him up for cheap. That's fine. At highest, I would have him as a high running back 2, low running back 1 option. Adam Gase's offense has a very low % chance of scoring in the red zone. I believe 21st. Yes, 21st out of all NFL teams in scoring in the red zone. A little bit over 50% chance to score in the red zone. Knowing that red zone opportunities and touchdowns make or break a running back's fantasy week, I would definitely stay away from LeVeon.
Now, next up on the list, we have none other than Kerryon Johnson. Now, look, last year, I took Kerryon Johnson with the 2nd pick. Just to clarify, I meant the 2nd round, not the 2nd pick, so don't go crazy. Because I was sure that it was his backfield. He's a monster. He's very talented. And he definitely proved me wrong in a bad way this season. That Lions offense established a full running back committee. Just by that reason, we know that Kerryon Johnson cannot be a reliable player because he will be splitting carries with 2 other people. But yeah, when he's playing, he will definitely be splitting carries with other running backs. On top of that, Kerryon Johnson's also a very injury-prone player. And the Lions throw some of the most passes in the league. They throw some of the most deep balls in the league. And also the Lions throw to their running backs the least. So you cannot trust Kerryon Johnson as a pass catcher whatsoever this year. Yeah, Kerryon's overall volume will go down. He's injury-prone. He's not going to be a good pass catcher for you. Please don't consider drafting Kerryon Johnson. The only way I draft Kerryon is if he's on the board on like the 7th, 8th, or 9th round, which I doubt that would be the case. But please don't consider drafting Kerryon as one of your major positions.
Okay, this next one could go either way since we haven't seen this player play in his new uniform yet. I'm talking about Todd Gurley. Signed last month with the Atlanta Falcons. Might be really fun to watch, but he might fall off super hard. I'm rooting for the guy. I've watched him play many times. I've been to many Rams games since I do live down in Los Angeles. He's a great player. At least he used to be. He got diagnosed with arthritis last season, which is a knee problem. Not good for him or his run game in the slightest. Another thing that's not good for his run game, the Atlanta Falcons offensive line. Ranked 24th out of 32 NFL teams, and they did not make any upgrades in free agency. This will be a problem for him and also Matt Ryan, to be honest. We're not talking about Matt Ryan. We know Matt Ryan's a great player. I wouldn't take Gurley in round 1. I would take him late round 2 at best. He could be a baller. He could fall off super hard. That's up to you. Personally, I wouldn't take him. It's a strong option. Late round 2, around there, I would take him. But before that, don't take your chance.
Last but not least on my list, I have one of my favorite players, and I know one of Zach's favorite players as well, Odell Beckham Jr. Now, if you guys didn't know, I am a huge Browns fan. I'm a big Browns fan. I'm not a bandwagon. I've been with this team since we had Cole McCoy, Josh Cribbs, Greg Little, Travis Benjamin. I remember those days, okay? But look, that's besides the point. Odell is obviously one of my favorite players, and now our offense has every single position at a Pro Bowl caliber level. No matter how talented Odell Beckham is, he will not be getting Michael Thomas type volume. There is no way in hell. This team literally has 2 Pro Bowl running backs, a Pro Bowl tight end, 2 Pro Bowl receivers. You cannot expect Odell to get the volume that you want at a wide receiver 2 spot. I would consider taking Odell as my flex. If you're playing in super flex leagues, yeah, you can consider taking him, but as a wide receiver 1 or 2, absolutely not, in my opinion. The only pass catcher on the Browns that you can somewhat rely on will be Jarvis because, you know, he's Mr. Old Reliable. Jarvis is there, he does the dirty work, he gets those passes, and he's shown that he can be consistent over the years. But I would consider picking Austin Hooper if you guys need a tight end and you're in the late rounds. In my opinion, he's better than if you can get a TJ Hawkinson, Mike Krzyzewski, I can't pronounce his name. But yeah, overall, you just can't trust Odell to be a wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 for you guys. Also, with Kevin Stefanski coming in, we are going to be running the ball so much to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt that it's going to be crazy. You saw what he did to the Vikings offense. Dalvin Cook got fed the ball so much, and that's going to be the case with Nick Chubb this season. So overall, less passes thrown, more competition for volume, and you just can't really trust him at the moment. But anyways, guys, that'll do it for this video. I really hope you enjoy where this channel is going because I know you will. Shout out to Zach for partnering with me on this channel, and we will see you guys in the next video.